Just about.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. As Jay represents the back, I will take his word for it. Um, as probably the furthest person away from me. So, as you guys know, we're here today to honor the memory of Banshee, a man who meant a great deal to us and was taken away from us far too soon. Banshee joined Bernard Company on November 16th, 2023, during a time of what amounted to rebuilding for the company. He very quickly set himself apart as someone who was willing to take initiative and was once overheard telling Bingo that shooting his rocket, which, yes, he had just done, did not constitute being quiet and hiding. Um, this comment, along with the continued trend of looking out for his teammates and all around just being a good dude and an individual thinker, led him to being appointed as the team leader for Curam, a posting he would have held for exactly a year as of 2 days ago. Um, he took over on actually Pi Day, April 14th of last year. The burden of leadership for Curon will be continued by Pixel. Make Banshee proud. At this point, if any of you have anything that you want to say about Banshee, um, are you guys able to gesture from the seat at all, or no? Okay, cool.
No.
If you guys have something to say, make sure you control tab to put your TFAR on yelling volume, and then just look around you. If no one else is getting up, go ahead and pop up, come sit, stand over by here, and then say what you have to say. If you wrote something out to say, then come on up first. If you didn't, wait for the people who did to say things. And then if you guys start getting repetitive and just saying the same stuff from person to person, then we'll cut it off. But at this point, whoever wants to come up first, go ahead.
Can everybody hear me loud and clear?
No. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. I wrote something small. I showed it Devin earlier. I didn't know Banshee as a squad leader. Sadly, I wish I knew, because hearing the stories of him act and play made me wish I was a part of the Ram. It's sad man's legacy ends by
User was moved to your channel.
when his name shall be spoken last. And today, I wish it not to be the last one, and nor to be the first. And in memory of Banshee, his legacy shall be the heartbeat of Bruna. That was everything I needed to say. May his soul rest in peace.
All right. I too didn't know Banshee very well, but he was always very helpful when he was being the team lead. I always looked up to him whenever we're doing liberation, especially stuff unscripted. And while I didn't know him personally, whenever I saw him in the air or on the ground, and I didn't even expect him, even when I was playing as Op 4, because there were sometimes I did that. Whenever I see his face, it just always brought a smile to my face. Well, his helmet to be exact, but it's just something you don't expect, but always a day brightener. Gonna miss him. I loved him, and just as I love you all. You guys are like family, and so was he. I'll miss you, Banshee.
User in your channel timed out.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, this isn't written down. This is just coming from my heart, but um, I don't remember how long exactly it took, but I know it didn't take long for me to become good friends with Banshee after meeting him.
User joined your channel.
Even outside of Vernar, it was really fun to be around him. He was just a really great guy. He had a great energy. Every moment with him was really really helped me. Um, yeah, I really don't know what else to say other than he was a great person, and I am definitely gonna miss him. And it was very fun, and having him as my squad leader during my brief stint with his squad. Yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna miss you, big man. Fly high.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
So I never really got to spend a lot of time with Banshee, especially during the first op I ever did. That was actually one where he wasn't there and Bingo filled in. Um, but most of the time that I have been able to spend was during the cantina, usually while I'm playing another game and he's playing Helldivers with some of you guys. And I gotta say, he was one of the funniest people I have personally ever met. Just side splitting. I knew that there could always be a moment where there was a comedically timed bong rip during a moment of silence in an op, in which I could rely on him to make me immediately break any form of stealth. Um, but from the time that I did spend, he was someone that not only did I know I could rely on in a professional capacity, um, but also he was just a chill guy that you knew you could always talk to about anything. And I'm definitely going to miss the time that we did spend, whether in an op or just in each other's presence. See you later.
All right. I'm assuming everyone can hear me.
Yep.
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 Well, I never really got a lot of chances to speak with him outside the company, whether that be in the cantina, playing games like a lot of you have, but most of what I know Banshee for is his team leading and just his personality in general. Like you all have said, really funny guy. But he was also one of, if not the most competent people I've ever met. Knew exactly how to lead his team, how to keep them going, and brought an air of just greatness. I'm kind of finding it hard to find words, but I wanted to at least say something. And I want him to be remembered as a fucking amazing member of this company and everything that he's done for it. He will be missed.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
This is real hard for me to say. We lost a great guy. We lost a great squad leader. Lost a friend. Lost a brother. Some things hear that he died too soon, and we'll miss him. But life goes on. He wanted us to remember him as he was a friend, and a friend leader.
you think you're muted?
Nope.
That's
Just
embarrassing.
No, 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 no.
Oh, okay.
Banshee,
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
when I first joined this cool ass group here, Banshee was the first guy that would, show me stuff. And well, it was fucking interesting. My time here, he's honestly been pretty good fucking leader. He'd get kind of scatterbrained sometimes. Honestly, kind of pissed me off sometimes, but I don't think that was the bad thing. I think the biggest thing that's upsetting about this is that he didn't get to be around longer. Hope he's warm up there. That's all.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not the best at this whole speaking thing, and it doesn't help that, like a lot of us, I definitely didn't interact with him that much outside of the company either. But as long as I've been a part of Shoshe, as a team member and as squad leader, alongside Banshee when he took lead, I've always considered us kind of like a sword and a shield, right? But our assault and support elements. Except when it came to Banshee, he definitely functioned a lot more like a shotgun than a sword. Like Doc said, a bit scatterbrained. I think that applies to that notion there. He knew how to, he knew how to fight. He knew how to lead too. And as far as our interactions as squad leaders together, he definitely was the person I looked up to a lot when I was trying to figure this whole thing out for myself, leading other people, because I think he did that really well. He set a really good example. And things happen. And yeah, I agree. I think he's gone too soon. But I can only hope that, his memory and his example, it lives on in all of us. And, that's how it goes. He will be missed. That's all.
You all right, Ben?
I also am not one for public speaking, and I really wish I spent more time with Banshee outside the company, because when I had first heard about his passing, I was doing some field training. I was in, if you all know the place, 29 Palm, out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I know, right? Enduring the worst of it. And he barely having the service to be slammed with his passing, it hurt. But I know that everyone here had some sort of memory with him. I for sure did. Whenever I was around him, he'd always bring a smile to my face, and reading his messages in the company always made me laugh a little bit. And I really wish I got to know him more. It's sad to say that he's on to a better place, but we'll all get there eventually. And for that, I'd like to open up a can of an energy drink, non-disclosure because ads, in his honor. I don't know how well this is gonna come through, but we're gonna try.
Beautiful.
Hey,
That was
beautiful.
Burner Company, not sponsored by whatever the heck that was.
I'm not saying the name for that reason, but I drink to him, to good health, and to one day see him again, somewhere, some way.
I cheers to that.
It was an honor.
Cheers.
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 Who said that?
Cheers.
Cheers.
Can you hear him?
He's not talking.
Okay. It was really quiet for a second. I thought I was just like the only one that couldn't hear him. Okay, good, good.
Confuser, did you say something?
I think his TeamSpeak probably bugged.
Oh,
It was looking into our souls.
Is it alright if I come up and It's alright if I come up and say something again. There was a
Yeah.
point I wanted to make that I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, just a note that this whole ordeal reminded me of a quote. I don't know where it's from, but I've heard it a bunch. There are graveyards filled with men who thought they had more time. And this whole incident just reminded me that we need to cherish every day. Days like this, where we can all be together as friends, as brothers, a collection of people who most of us don't know each other's real names, real faces, but what we do know is what matters. We have a better connection here than a lot of people can ever get in their real lives. And I just want you all to know that I care about each and every one of you, even if I haven't spoken to you a whole ton. I also want you to know that if any of you ever need anything, personal or otherwise, that I will always be here. And, yeah. Cheers.
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 What's that, Hawk?
Confuser, you're coming through now if you want to try again.
No, not really. But thanks for
Okay.
asking.
Anyone else?
I mean, no.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
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 Yeah.
Good
Oh.
deal. Alright. I didn't know the Banshee too well. I've known him only in ops mostly and sometimes after ops. I haven't known him too well. I've been like on a few ops with him, like in his team. I forget when, but he seemed like a very nice guy, very chill. And honestly, I kind of wish I got to know him better. So, yeah. Cheers to Banshee.
Cheers.
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 Anyone else? Going once. Going twice.
Is there any way that I could pull Hawkwind and go for a second
Yeah,
time?
go ahead.
So, this is just kind of something that I've been thinking about ever since we received the news. Something I just kind of wanted to put out there so that y'all might be able to do the same. I know since that most of my time was spent with him in the cantina when he was playing games, I know that along with that, he often did a lot with his girlfriend. And especially since this happened, I really haven't been able to think of much else other than her. I mean, obviously, I'm sad about her circumstances, but as I've heard from some people that, you know, have gone through a lot of this, like I had in another instance, often most pain comes from those who are closer than anyone can understand. And I know that I've just been praying for her, and that I'm not even a religious person, but if ever a time for her, I know that some of you guys have probably personally played with her during those times because he did play with you guys. And I haven't heard any word, but I just hope she's doing okay. Because so often when someone dies, you never hear what happened to those left behind. And so I hope that all is well. That's all.
I'm actually glad you brought that up because I've been talking to Wetbread, his wife, because they were actually married. I've been talking to him about. I've been talking with him about that. If there's anything that we're able to do for her, then he's gonna let me know. So yeah, we'll do anything that we can to help her out with that. He says so far she's just in shock, but honestly, so is he. As far as it goes though, with Banshee, I wanted to say that ever since this group grew to the point where we had 3, 4, 5 different teams. All of the team leaders, like as much as Slatered and Bingo and Bucket and Doc were part of Banshee's team, all of the team leaders were kind of my team. And having Banshee as part of that team was absolutely fantastic. Like a couple of people have mentioned, I could always rely on him to when he realizes that he didn't have a clue what was going on, he would always say something really funny that made me question if he actually did know what was going on the whole time and all of that. He was a really laid back guy. I could always
He didn't know what was going on.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. I have no illusions to that fact, but he did a really good job of turning things around and making the most of what he got. I could always trust him and his team to go do literally whatever I asked them to and not have to check on it until they came back and told me that they were done. And I know as a person, he was always willing to support other people. I saw a really deep conversation that he went out of his way to have with Bucket in the Kiram chat late at night one night, and not everyone would have done that with a bunch of strangers that they'd only played with on the internet before, and that was something that I really appreciated about him. Moving on a little bit, unless anyone else has any last minute things that they came up with. Obviously, if you come up with something that you want to say afterwards, we have the Discord, so I'm sure we'll be bringing up stories about him for ages to come. He did play with us for a very long time. But moving forward a little bit, I wanted to offer some notes about death in the Mandalorian culture. The Mandalorian people are very pragmatic, so there wasn't really a traditional way to dispose of corpses, because once a person becomes a corpse, he's moved on from that mode of transportation, or so to speak. Although we will be doing a sea burial later. But expedience often take course in times like that. It is typical, however, for family members or battle brothers of the fallen to scavenge either pieces of their armor or to take the whole suit and either hand it down the generations or keep pieces as tributes to remember them by. So take that how you will. There's also the idea that their fallen warriors, after they fall, are simply just moving on to the next battle in the next plane of war, which is where the saying Nu Kiradish Shi Tabe Chajla comes from, which means not gone, simply marching far away. So, as far as Banshee goes with this group, theoretically, he'll always be in the Discord server. He already has that role. If there was a way to make it so that he showed up above all of the online people, then I would do that, but there isn't right now, so he's stuck down there with everyone that's offline for now. But yeah, we move on and keep going and recognize that there's only so much that we can do, and we need to keep doing our part, whether he's there or not. So what we're going to do next is, if everyone would stand roughly in a line behind the chairs, facing away from them, Kiram is going to do what would be a 21 gun salute if there were, well, not Kiram, Slater, Bingo, and Doc are going to do what would be a 21 gun salute if there were 7 of them.
User in your channel timed out.
Black 10th Panther Pavilion.
User joined your channel.
Hey, there we go.
Good enough. Mine's great enough.
Taller tab system.
All right, what is going to happen next is we're gonna put him out to sea. I'm going to hand Bingo this. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, why are you sort of a mod? You dumb. I'm gonna hand Bingo this launcher, and then I will spawn in a crate of them for everyone else. Bingo is going to take his spot at the center on this side of the ship. Once you guys grab your launchers, the crate will be in front of the table of Banshee's helmet. Once you guys grab your launchers, fill in on either side of him to try to make it even, and then get ready to shoot, but don't shoot until you hear Bingo say rocket, 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 because he has some words that he's going to say beforehand.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
There we go.
Bingo, it's 1:30.
R.
I'm guessing we're aiming at that boat.
Hi, Banshee.
Middle mouse button.
Yeah.
Why do I don't get a rocket?
The boat.
I see.
Could you give everyone a radio so they can hear me? Because I don't think everyone's gonna hear me.
I think we all have radios. I hear you on
I
radio.
have a radio.
I do not have a radio.
I don't have a radio either.
Yeah, most of you guys shouldn't. Bingo set to yelling. Let me see if I can hear you from this end.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Can anyone
who's
at the other
on the far left end?
Turtle.
Scoot up a bit.
Me.
Crayola.
Crayola, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Was it good?
I can hear you.
He can hear you.
Everyone ready?
Yep.
No, actually.
Oh.
There we go. If you guys haven't, you're gonna have to hit the R button to set up your sights. There you go.
For it is in passing that we achieve immortality. Through this we become a paragon of virtue and glory to rise above all, infinite and distant and unbound by death. I release your soul, and by our shoulders protect thee. Rocket, rocket, rocket.
Well said.
That boy.
Well said.
Let's put down.
Yeah, it's gone. Crap.
You guys can stay where you're at. I'm now gonna play. If I can find the button for it, I'm now gonna play this Mandalorian funeral chant.
salute button?
It's a backslash.
The one above enter.
Gonna be a couple minutes. Just stay still through the duration of the song, if you will. And that is the longest that the entirety of Burn Our Company has ever stood still at one time.
True.
Because we owe it.
Nothing truer has ever been
terrible.
said.
That is actually terrible.
So that's the end of this. For those of you who want to stay for another couple hours, I have a mission set up in Malden, where we're basically gonna just go level the entire north half of it in his honor. Give me a couple minutes though, because I forgot to actually export it. So you guys are welcome to like chill and share more stories if you want. But in about 5 minutes, I'll change the mission file over.
Will do. Over.
Roger.
User left your channel.
D, you stand?
Oh,
Even though
he's
I'm
dead.
Aussie and hasn't seen him much at all because of my timetable. Darcy's gone.
How you doing?
Did you DM it to me
No,
on
thanks.
Discord?
I wanted to try and do donuts for him, but
I'm alright.
That looks pretty
I really
good.
wish I said something up there, but
I don't know if
I have nothing. You're already
realize how
said
loud it
everything
is
that
until
you
you
said.
take your helmet off.
Hold on, there's a lot of talking. You want to scoot?
I hate it.
The only thing that's
Bingo.
different with me is
Alright.
that
Hopefully I can
I'm
do
Thomas
something.
Rao. I have
Full
very
set,
bad
everybody.
timetable, unlike you guys.
It looks really good.
So it's
I would say only like the fourth one I've ever used. I normally just fire without saying it.
User left your channel.
Goodbye, my friend.